I mean, we can't use it, right? All right, so let's have some fun, man. Welcome to the Dads Group Chat Podcast. I am the host. They call me G. And today we're doing things a little bit different. But before I get to that, right, I just wanted to say thank you to all the followers on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube subscribers, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to this podcast in or see it. Thank you so much for all the original followers and also the brand new followers that we've gotten as of recent. Thank you so much for joining the DGC community. Now, that being said, right, you're going to see more of me moving forward, 10 to 15-minute conversations, just to talk about regular dad stuff, regular parenting stuff, and just to talk to you guys, get to know you, and also for you to get to know me as well. Your feedback is always, important, whether it be a comment, a DM, or send me an email, what topics you want me to touch on, all that good stuff is important, right? Also, I wanted to mention, right, before I get into my topic for the day, you'll see more content with entrepreneurs as well in the auto industry, financial industry, real estate industry, fitness industry. I have a lot of friends, of course. They'll be coming through. They'll be supporting the podcast. They'll be joining me here. We'll have those conversations about entrepreneurship and visions and moving forward with our passions, but we'll also have those tough conversations. And speaking of those tough conversations, right, it is important for us, the dads specifically, to join a dad community. What I want to tell you is for all those parents in general, parents who are going through things right now, you got this, king. You got this, queen, right? You got this. We're just parenting, right? We're just making sure that we're there for our kids. Elevate our children, give them a better path than ours. What I will say is, just to let you know a little bit about me, I used to be a school aide in a school in the Bronx. I was going, from a school aide, I became a substitute teacher. I was helping students get through those tough times in high school in a very underserved community in the Bronx. And those kids that I knew back then are now adults, and I'm pretty sure they're becoming parents too right now. So, and they follow the podcast too. A lot of them do. And thank you for your support as well. But I just want to make sure that you know that I've always been about elevation. I've always been about motivating. I've always been about helping achieve goals or, giving insight to people. So one thing that I will say about this podcast and this platform, it is good. It's always fun to have fun, right? It's always fun to talk about the current topics. It's always fun to, bring in people and just laugh and have fun. But it is also a platform that I want to have those tough conversations. I want to have those one-on-one intimate conversations about parenting specifically and what we're going through. Our generation, I believe it was said in the podcast of the millennial moms, our generation has the toughest job, right? We have to unlearn what we've learned and we have to learn new things to give to our children. This is the Dads Group Chat overall, but, it's also meant for parents in general. We need to connect with other parents to give that feedback. I feel like men specifically, we don't communicate enough. We don't talk a lot to each other. We need to start doing that. And a lot of us probably do, and that's okay. I want more of that, though, for every guy, for every father out there. I want you to communicate because this message that I want to give to you today is specifically for those fathers who are struggling. The other thing I wanted to discuss today was, take your time with your vision. Take your time with your purpose, whether it be in business, whether it be outside of business. It could be parenting. Take your time. Nobody is rushing you. And if you have to disconnect with people, then disconnect with people, even if it's momentarily or indefinitely, whatever it is, right? Make sure that you're taking your time with your vision because God's timing is always right. Thank you all for your support, your comments. Thank you for your follows on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you name it. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for seeing us. Thank you so much for sharing and saving the content. We really appreciate it. Thank you for joining the DGC community.